going rough enough.
Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to another League of Legends gameplay. This is gonna be a commentary I am doing over a game that I played earlier today, and I really wanted to do it on this one because lately, again, I've been picking up Akali middle, and I have to say, I am liking it a lot. I'm honestly thinking of giving some like rebirth action over here to Akali and really just actually start playing her quite a bit more in the middle lane and possibly top lane. And pretty much bringing back my old me, pretty much one of the, my most popular champions that most people search up for, and the one I'm most known for. And I mean, I am glad to be back with Akali. So I thought I'd get a nice gameplay up for you guys, showing the real true dominance of her in the middle lane and just how she can be played, and maybe give you guys some tips, just talk about the mechanics in general. And just, you guys will get a pretty good idea of just how strong she is in lane and how to play it and all that good stuff. So, again, rebirth of Akali most likely, and I'm really happy about that and really excited about that. So, hopefully, I will be getting more gameplay up for you guys of Akali middle if you guys enjoy this one. I can also do a live gameplay commentary over her as well as I play middle, and I think you guys will probably enjoy that as well. So, this is going to be me watching over a replay now. I'm not doing it in spectator mode because for some reason the replay file did not record in spectator mode. Instead, I'm going to be doing it in the old school kind of like replay mode. You see with this big ass white box, it's still glitchy, but I'm not sure why. But it doesn't matter. The gameplay is still pretty much here. Only problem is like you can't really move away and stuff. So I have to kind of like, the only way I can go away is like I have to click and drag. But regardless, let's speed this up a bit. So with the runes and masteries, I'm going to have that in the description below. But I also do have a video where I talk about, let me just take the sound down just a bit. I do have a video on YouTube floating around, which if you just make a good search, I'm sure you can find it, of me talking about the runes that I do on Akali and the masteries. But if you're a little too lazy to find that and whatnot, I will have the text description of my runes and masteries in the description below. So definitely check that out if you are interested in that, because Akali, she is pretty much she is a champion that requires a quite unique rune page and mastery page. Not so much the mastery page, but the rune page for sure is quite unique to Akali, which is why I wouldn't blame you guys if you are all wondering, exactly what kind of runes I'm running, because again, it is quite unique to her. But again, it is in the description below. So middle lane, she is very strong. I do start with boots and 3 pots. As you can see, both passives are procced, which is a really ideal thing to do. Another ideal thing to do is starting at level 1, you only have one of them proc, but level 2, you get both of them proc just from the level up. That's another thing you can do. Personally, I like having them both at level 1. So when you lane with her, you want to get that Q going. It's really good. And I have the boots and 3 pots. I mean, I did put that tips video talking about the bottle or flask that I do like it in the middle lane. But of course, Akali, she has no mana. So, half of the flask is pretty much useless on her, which is why boots and 3 pots is pretty standard. I'm thinking of maybe going Amplifying Tomb. Let's fast forward this a bit. Amplifying Tomb and a pod or 2. I'm not sure how many you can fit with an Amplifying. I think you can fit only 1 pod with that. But as you can see, you really get harassed. You throw your Q, you pop the W in there, and you make them scared, right? Like, and then like you pretend you're gonna go up to them, then you walk away and you just get a CS. When you get the CS, usually the enemy person will start coming back into farm, and then that's when you just start walking up to them and you get the auto attack going. By the time that happens, you throw the other Q up because your Q will be off cooldown, and then you get another auto attack going. That's pretty much what I did there, and you can see the chunks that I did to him. And from here on out, I pretty much zone him with my W and Q. He's gonna be quite scared of that, so it's a really good strategy. I actually don't even use my pots for quite some time in this lane, so that's pretty much how you want to do it. Your Qs do chunk them quite well. Now, you can use your Qs to safely farm at times as well. For example, if you have a feeling maybe the enemy jungler is ready to gank you or something like that, or he's around your area, you use the Q and you throw it on him, and I mean on the minions, and you farm from a range, playing it safe. Also, thing I like about Akali middle is the fact that her W is really good in the middle lane, because of course middle lane, as opposed to, for example, top lane, which is this long, or bottom lane, of course, which is pretty much the same thing as top lane, middle lane is quite a short distance, as you can see, which is why her W, I mean, you put it down, look, that it covers like a pretty good portion of the lane, meaning it's quite hard to gank her unless you have some sort of oracle or a pink ward or something like that, something they'll reveal invisibility, people. But that's another reason why I like her middle. It's pretty safe with Akali, and that W is really good. And I mean, using the W is really important to utilize the effectiveness of it in the sense of harassing the enemy person, because you can zone them out with just a W. You can throw it on the range minions, enemy range minions, and you can just kind of chill in there, and every now and then you get a free Q in, And, you know, one thing I like to do when I'm in invisibility is I like to throw a Q or an auto attack in, and I like to go straight into invisibility. See, watch. I throw the Q, and I go into the stealth, and I'm just chilling in stealth. You want to go back into stealth ASAP. You want to, you know, because if you keep attacking, if you keep trying to do an action, you will constantly stay out of stealth. You only go into stealth when you're not really doing anything. If you're chilling in there, pretty much not attacking for about, what, like a second or so. Yeah, so it's really important because this kind of cancels the targeting on the enemy champion. So if I go and attack a minion or throw a Q on Rise, he's going to be ready to, you know, have his Q probably to click on me with second I appear, which is why you want to throw the Q or auto attack and start running up away from him, and then go, you know, you go into stealth right away. It's really important because it makes them lose the target on you. So you want to do that. Farming with her is pretty easy. Your auto tags do quite a lot of damage because of your passive, so it's really good. So under tower farming is not too bad at all. But, you know, of course, once Akali hits level 6 is when she really starts to shine. So here, as you can see, look at him. I'm zoning the hell out of him. He's really scared of me. So yeah, I throw my WCC. I made him think that he's stronger. I made him walk back to me, and then I just throw W down and throw the Q, and it's a free Q. I mean, it's pretty much free harassment in this kind of sense. So now, I know my invisibility ran out there. He could have taken that advantage, and he could have done something, but I do have my ulti up. Once Akali has her ulti up, she becomes extremely scary. So, I mean, it's really good. One thing I also want to mention. Akali, if you're playing Akali, if you're planning to play her middle, she actually beats Lee Sin in lane because her burst potential is a lot higher than Lee Sin. However, on the contrary, you might also want to ban Lee Sin if they have a middle already, because jungle Lee Sin is actually quite the opposite. Jungle Lee Sin will probably like rape you, because the whole reason Lee Sin middle doesn't beat you is because your burst is higher than his. But jungle Lee Sin will rape you because he will reveal you. He'll jump in the lane, he'll reveal you, meaning that he'll do the damage to you. Maybe not a whole lot of damage, but he will do the damage. But the main part is he will reveal you, meaning that the enemy person you're laning against middle will also be able to output their damage on you as well. So it's really hard to you know, be really safe with those kind of things. So here's some action going on over here, and I'm heading my way over here. You know, our Master Yi is trying to do some counter jungling. Our Maokai actually teleported in here, and I jump on this Alistar, and I don't get the kill on him, but he does die regardless. Whatever, good enough. So another thing I want to talk about Akali is the Oracle. This is one reason I'm really liking Akali in Season 3. Oracle, now that it has the timer on it, pretty much if you don't know, Oracles, if you buy it and you don't die and you have it for 5 minutes, it does go off. The Oracle will go off of the champion that has it for more than 5 minutes, which is really good. This pretty much makes it less attractive to buy for a lot of people, which is why, you know, the one main reason that people should be scared of while playing Akali is people that walk around with Oracles. Now the only thing you really have to worry about are people that walk around with Pink Wards, because Pink Wards are still a problem, but Oracles are not as much of a problem anymore because people are so much less inclined to buy now that it only lasts that. Here I forgot to jump on the watch. You go ulti, you throw your Q, you pop the auto attack E, and then you throw the Q, getting ready, and then bam. One thing that's really important, actually, I want to mention quickly, is timing the ulti with the Q. As you see there, you throw the Q, but you don't want to ulti right away. You don't want to throw the Q and ulti at the exact same time most of the time, because you want to throw the Q, you want to wait just a tad bit till it's about ready to hit the enemy champion, and then you pop your ulti, so that the first auto attack you do the second you pop your ulti, because a while ago Riot did make an upgrade to Akali where whoever she ultis, she'll automatically auto attack right after if you don't really, you know, make her do any other action. Which is why it's really important to throw the Q, wait a bit, kind of did like I did with Rise, and then you throw your ulti, so that the second you land on with your ulti, your Q will just in time, like just barely land on the champion, and then your next auto attack will proc that Q almost instantly. Really important for, you know, that crazy quick burst. That's a really important tip. Now, also I want to mention, like I said, Oracles is not a very good item anymore, as people, like, you know, will probably want to buy, because again, you know, it does go away in 5 minutes, so that's something, you know, that Akali doesn't have to worry about as much anymore. But again, there's still the pink ward to worry about, so, you know, watch out for those. So we got some kills down there bottom lane, pretty good stuff there. And you might be wondering, why the hell do I have a Haunting Guise? Well, I personally think Haunting Guise is really good on her. Now, I don't actually upgrade it to the next level. What's the next level again? This mask, Leandri's. I don't actually upgrade it to that, because, I mean, it's not horribly bad, but the main reason I get Haunting Guise is for the magic pen. Upgrading it to Leandri's, I wouldn't say it's a bad idea, but at the same time I wouldn't say it's the best idea, because the magic pen stays the same at 15 no matter whether it's a Haunting Guise or a Leandri's Torment or whatever it's called. So, you know, I'm a little iffy about that. But I do like the magic pen on this, followed by the sorcery boots, and I mean, it gives me what, like 15. That's flat 30 magic pen just from items, plus my runes and masteries. You know, it does stack up, and it's really nice. Now, I happen to be a lover of hex tech on Akali. I personally just really like hex tech on Akali, so I'm gonna be getting it quite often. I don't know. I feel like people might disagree with me on that, but I don't know. I really enjoy what it brings to Akali. I love how it brings her life vamp and like physical vamp, so spell vamp and life vamp. Really nice. I really like it. Also brings a slow. I personally love the slow. It really just brings up so much, like, I don't know, I would say mobility, if you will, to Akali, and just assassin style, you know, play style, I guess. I don't know really how to call it, but I really love the slow that it brings. It just adds an extra burst to your crazy burst already. Gives you a lot more control, and I don't know. I just feel like it's pretty much my substitute for Rylai's almost. So anyone I'm going on, I throw that slow off, and you know, it's pretty much like a Rylai's on them. You know, they're gonna be slowed, and I'm gonna be sticking on them pretty much, you know, easily. Same thing if they're running away. You know, really good item. So I personally really like hex tech. But another item I actually think is probably pretty damn good on her as well is, of course, they changed the recipe for it. Let me find it. Cooldown reduction. Deathfire. I think Deathfire on Akali honestly is not a bad item as well, especially now because you know, magic damage then amplifies all magic damage they take by 20%. So this will just make your crazy, like, really quick burst even more bursty, which is always good, right? I mean, so I think it's not that bad on her. Not that it doesn't give any mana regen or anything like that. All it gives her is cooldown reduction, which is good. You want cooldown reduction on her. Not only does it make your Q and E and W obviously, you know, more spammable, but it gives your ulti stacks a faster rate to come back, which is also really important. So here we're going for the dive, and we're trying to do something here, but kind of back away for a bit, and then I kind of go around, make them think I'm going back, because I'm assuming they have a ward in here. I'm not sure if they do or not. I'm assuming they are, so I'll kind of walk back up, making them think I'm going back to the lane, and then I walk it back in here. Throw down a ward just to make sure no one's waiting for me in there, and we're pretty much waiting for the opportunity. Malphite ultis, they both pretty much raped them, and I'm like, alright, so they don't need me there. They're, you know, obviously dead. So I jump straight onto the Kha'Zix, and I pick him up. Pretty easy peasy. Another tip I want to give you guys is Ignite. Like I did there, I threw Ignite a little late, right? Usually, like for example, in lane, you want to throw the Ignite pretty early on, because Ignite does give you that extra, you know, burst of AP and AD, I believe. I'm not sure if it gives AD. I can't remember actually. Let me just say here. It doesn't say here. But it does give you extra stats if you throw it off and it's on cooldown, right? So it's really important. So you want to throw the Ignite off as you're about to go in. So you want to possibly maybe even do the Ignite first and then go in with your full combo. You know, if you know you're going in, like, you know, pretty much all out onto the person. So it's really important. It gives you extra burst, and it'll, you know, make sure that the Ignite does full damage, and it's not a bad idea. So, you know, keep that in mind. So here I'm gonna look for Rise. I'm pretty much just going pure assassin mode. I'm just waiting for people's, and I see the Rise, and I'm like, alright, you know what, like, you're obviously not a very strong match for me right now. Alistair kind of goes in with the headbutt way too late, but as you can see there, I kept going back into stealth. I kept throwing Q, I kept going to stealth, and I kept kind of using my skills. That's the whole point of her W. I personally think W is the one skill that separates a good Akali from a bad Akali, because a lot of people, when I see them play Akali, they just completely misuse their W. Like, they don't really know what they're doing, and I mean, it's really sometimes sad for me to see, because personally I consider myself a pretty good Akali player, so I'm pretty good with using her W in the right situation. But I see a lot of people really just not using it to its full potential, or to really what it's supposed to be doing. In my opinion, what her W is supposed to be doing is, if you're in a fight, you use the W to just pretty much two reasons. One is to obstruct the enemy's vision. So pretty much you don't let them target you. You want to keep using a skill and going back stealth, using a skill, going back stealth, and you know, that's pretty much what you want to do. You want them not to know what you're about to do, which is really important. So here I kind of wait for the Rise. But as you guys watch me kind of play around with them right here, it's pretty funny. I'll talk more about the W. So that's one reason. You want to obstruct their view as much as possible. As you can see here, I'm clearly like just chilling invisible, right? I'm not letting them get any vision on me. But usually, this is not the best example. Usually the best example is in the middle of a fight. And that's usually like the best one. So you throw your ulti, or your skill, maybe like a Q for example. This is the best one. You throw your Q, or for example, you go on with your ulti, you throw your W down, you throw your Q. You kind of walk around, go back into stealth. They have no idea what you're doing. Then you pop your ulti, or maybe just walk up and auto tag, and by the time you do that, your Q should pretty much be off cooldown again, which means you can throw it on again and then pop another ulti or auto tag with an E, and you pretty much just keep doing that damage. So in my opinion, the second part of her W, which is probably the most important one in my opinion, is the see, I'm even saying it in chat. That's not one thing I kind of want to mention later. But yeah, so other than obstruction, you want to be able to use the W to reset your burst combo skills. What I mean by that, like I said, is you throw your Q and then you go back to stealth. You let your Q pretty much go nearly off cooldown, and then you go in for the full burst, because you'll be able to burst a lot more quickly since your Q's off cooldown. You'll walk on with your ulti, for example. You proc the first Q you threw on them. That's already pretty big damage. Then the second you proc that mark, you throw the other Q on top of them, and then you're ready to proc pretty much another whole mark with an extra Q already. And the burst is just crazy. And then on top of that, you throw the E on top of it, and it's really, really strong. I mean, honestly, I might make a guide later just to really showcase this. Maybe in the league tips, I'll make an Akali league tips, really just showcasing these small minor things on how to use her stuff properly. But that's pretty much the main purpose of her W, in my opinion. So really keep that in mind, and that's honestly, like, I personally think this is what separates a good Akali from a bad Akali. So in terms of items, again, so I go with Haunting Guise to a Hextech Gunblade. Now from here you can go with quite a few options. You have Rabadons, you have Abyssal Scepter, and you have GA. Possibly, I mean, GA is not that good anymore, but it's still definitely an option. I personally like Rabadons and Abyssal on her. I think those are really two sweet items on her. I mean, I personally probably get both of them. Maybe Rallies, maybe. I'm not so happy about Rallies anymore. I just don't really feel it anymore. But maybe, you know, it's an option. Not, I wouldn't say it's the best option. I think Gunblade and Rabadons and the Abyssal is the pretty good choice. So here we go after the Ezreal. Let me fast forward. Actually, no, I'm already walking. But yeah, it's a pretty good choice. So like you guys maybe saw in the chat earlier, I am planning to release a Akali montage. This is why I'm playing Akali lately a lot as well, because I'm trying to get clips for her, and I really want to make this a good montage. So I'm not sure how long it will take. You know, depending on how well the clips are, like how good the quality of the clips are, and you know, that kind of stuff. So I am going to be looking forward for an Akali montage, so you guys can be looking forward for that as well. And yeah, I'm just pretty much stacking up clips right now. I'm trying to get some, you know, sweet action going, and I really want to make it a good one. I don't want boring clips for you guys. I want some sweet, sexy clips for you guys to enjoy. And yeah, so that's pretty much this video. The video should be almost done. We actually end up pushing for the win here. As you can see, my score is pretty beastly. If you guys have any questions, or you know, post in the comments below. I'll try answering as much as I can. If you guys have any suggestions, and maybe what kind of videos you want me to make featuring Akali, maybe some sort of video you guys want me to make that, you know, we'll talk more about Akali in a certain kind of aspect or style or whatever, by all means, post that in the comments below, and I will definitely read all the comments that you guys post. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys learned something new about Akali in Season 3, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.